Hey, how are you?
Hi, Eric. Sorry for the time.
No, that's not a problem yet. I was asking if anybody knows the name of my country in Castellano. Does anybody know that?
Holanda?
Funny, but I'm gonna put that up also now. Holanda no es un país. Holanda no es un país. ¿Cuál es el nombre de mi país en castellano? Well, let's try and analyze the name. A land. Another word for a land is a country. A country in castellano.
Países Bajos.
País, yeah. Nether, another word for nether is low, is bajo, yes. Países Bajos.
This is the correct number. And what is Holland? What is Holland?
One moment. Oh shit, now I have two iPhone guests. Two people coming in with the same name, and now I don't know who I'm going to have in my class. First of all, good morning to the person who has the name LO. May I have your complete name, please? What is your name?
Good morning. My
Good
name
morning.
is Luis. My name is Luis.
Luis, and the O stands for?
For my last name.
Yeah, and that is?
Olano.
Because I have two Luises in my list. That's why I asked.
Okay.
I see somebody already joined. Oh no, he's not here. It is, yes, somebody joined with an iPhone. Who is using an iPhone?
Good morning, teacher. My name is
Yeah.
Sandra.
Sandra, okay. And I believe I only have one Sandra in my list. Now, come on, give me what I need. Sandra Salazar. Yes.
Yes.
And there's another iPhone already joining. So I will have to check that one too. Sandra, do you mind if I change the name of your in the system so I know who is talking? I changed it from iPhone to Sandra, so I see who is talking.
Okay.
Yeah? Because there's another iPhone coming online now. Two people with the same name. Yeah, I have two people with the same name, and that works a little bit difficult for me. And the other person already changed her name, I think. Adriana. Good morning.
Yes, teacher. Good morning.
Okay. So now, you asked me what the difference is between Países Bajos and Holanda. I will try to show you. But I have to do it like this. Where are you? Here. Share. This is the Wikipedia site for Holanda and Castellano.
Okay.
If you now read the first sentence, it is already immediately very clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the past.
Holanda is a region. The name of the
Okay.
country is
Okay.
Países Bajos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is the difference.
This is the big difference.
Yes.
But
Correct.
why do we call in Peru? Why do Peruvians call the country Holanda? Well, because for years we used Holanda as la marca, the brand.
The brand. Okay.
Yeah.
It's most popular, most common.
It was most common. Well, and unfortunately, because if you look at the map,
Yeah.
only this part is Holanda.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Well,
suppose
all the colored part in that picture is the Netherlands. So Holanda is just 2 provinces.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am from the small town that's over here called Zwolle. So
Suicide.
I am not from Holland.
Okay.
Yeah. Like my wife is from Cajamarca. My wife
Okay.
is not from La Costa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sierra.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a big difference.
Okay. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah. About that, if you are in Peru and you're talking with only Peruvians, there's no problem if you talk about Holanda. That is not a problem. Yeah. But if you go international and you talk with people in Europe or the United States, please try to use it as the Netherlands, because that is the name of the country. Yeah. A lot of people internationally will not like it if you use the wrong name. Yeah. It is just like saying I am from Lima while you are talking about the country.
Yes.
It's not correct.
Yes.
Yeah. But we are complete. I have 8 people here. One of you is doing the demo class at this moment, if I'm correct. If you are doing the demo class at this moment, and I ask you a question, you can tell me, I don't know. That is not a problem. Yeah, I will just go to the next person. Yeah. But before we go to the demo class, okay, we are going to talk about the gerunds and infinitives, and I first want to give you a lot of explanations, a lot of details, a lot of technical. Are these going to be difficult? Yes. Why? Well, a lot of these things are double. By the way, good morning, Miguel Angel. Some rules that can be used for gerunds can also be used for infinitives. So we first have to know what gerunds and infinitives are. Starting with the infinitive or the infinitive form of a verb is the most basic form of a verb. It's the way that we know the verb. Yeah? Most of the times we identify the verb by the infinitive and we put to in front of the verb. So we talk about to walk, to work, to be, to do, to have, to be able to. Yeah? Be is the only verb that is a little bit different than other verbs. Well, it's a lot different than other verbs. Be is the only verb in which the infinitive is not used for the present tense. But keep those two apart. The present tense we use to talk about the present. Yeah. The infinitive is not depending on the time of the sentence. Yeah. That is something that is very important to keep separated. An infinitive form always stays in the infinitive, and it doesn't matter if you go to the past, to the perfect tense, to passive or active, or whatever you do, whatever kind of grammar trick you want to do, the infinitive always stays the infinitive. It doesn't change. That's why we call it infinitive. The gerund also doesn't change. Yeah? The gerund we also call the ing form, and you already worked with the ing form several times, especially in the continuous form. When we describe an action that is taking longer than the moment we are talking about, I am doing something, for example. The ing form or the gerund is sometimes called the present. It's not the present participle. Yeah. So that is a mistake I made here. It should be the present participle, not the present continuous. But we use it in the continuous form a lot, and we can use it as a noun. The machine is working. The working of the machine. And because we can use it as a noun, we can also use it as a subject or an object in a sentence. Yeah? Working is not always funny. In that case, working is an ing form, a gerund, but we use it as a subject.
A subject. Okay.
In general, we know that some verbs prefer or always have a gerund after them, and some verbs always work with infinitives. Yeah. If you use an infinitive in combination with one of these verbs, they will always have to before them. Yeah. A gerund never, an ing form never has to before it. In these combinations. Does that mean that I say in these combinations? Yeah. So for example, if I want to use the verb, there you go, enjoy. Yeah. I enjoy doing something. Yeah. I suggest making notes during this class. Yeah.
Eric,
Yeah.
sorry, in this part, you don't use the preposition to.
No. Because I
Only
use the gerund.
case.
Because I use the gerund. Yeah.
Okay.
The infinitives will have to. I ask to be left alone. Yeah. I plan to go to Europe next year. Yeah. You learn to speak English. Are these all the verbs that have these differences? No. No. There are even verbs in which you could use a gerund or an infinitive. Like, love, hate. Yeah. I like playing soccer or I like to play soccer. Officially, in the meaning, then there is no difference. With other verbs, there can be a difference. Yeah?
Okay.
Some more rules. If you have a preposition of place or time, before, after, during, on top of, yeah, on, in, at, yeah, you will always get an ing form. If you replace a subject or you want to use the verb as a subject or an object of a sentence, we prefer to use an ing form. Does it mean that you always have to use an ing form? No, it does not mean that you always have to use the ing form. In some cases, exceptional cases, we can use an infinitive, but normally we would use an ing form. Gerunds are often used, again, watch out, often used when actions are real, fixed, or completed. With infinitives, you see that immediately the actions are unreal, abstract, or future. Yeah. First one, you see, it's hard to make dinner. You follow an adjective. So are you making dinner at the moment? No, this is an abstract situation. This is not real. I find it difficult to describe. Difficult is an adjective of manner, as they call it. Yeah? I find it difficult to describe. Not I find it difficult describing. It might sound correct, but in English we prefer to use, or we should use, an infinitive form there. If you go somewhere for a reason or do something for a reason, yeah, you talk about a purpose, then we use the infinitive. Any questions so far? No questions? Okay, then we go to the next one.
No question.
Like I said, both can be used as subject, object, or other elements of a sentence. Your experience will tell you much about that. As I said, most of the times we prefer to use the gerund, the ing form. Yeah? We can use an infinitive sometimes. Gerunds can also be modified by possessive forms, as we call it. So if you see a possessive adjective, in the first example, there, then you should use an ing form, a gerund. In the second, his. Yeah? So they will always come with a gerund. Any questions about this?
In the Eric, in two sentences down, for example, singing is an object, no? I enjoyed their singing. It's an object. This is the
Yes.
function, the word. Okay.
Yeah. So here we use it as a noun, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. You could say, I enjoyed the singing or their singing. Yeah.
Okay.
I get a warning that my internet connection is not very good, so I'm going to stop my video on this side. I'm sorry about that. But I just want to make sure that we keep a good connection.
Okay.
Other questions? No other questions? Okay. Then we go to the next page. And here we have something that is very tricky. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you use the ing form or the infinitive, the gerund or the infinitive. Other times it can be a big difference. Yeah. Remember what I said before, the gerund normally we use for actions, and I will show that one again. This, the rule in the bottom, gerunds are used for actions that are real, fixed, or completed. Yeah, and especially the first and the last one, real and completed, those come back when you see the differences. He remembered sending the fax. This is an action that is completed. So he did this in the past and he just remembers it. If he remembers to send a fax, it is like, oi, I think I forgot that, better do it now. If you say he stopped drinking coffee, then he just had his last cup of his life. He will never drink coffee again. He stopped to drink coffee. Well, he had his cup in his hand and he was drinking, but then he had to answer a question. So he stopped drinking coffee. He stopped to drink coffee only for that moment. Only for that moment. In this way, you can play a little bit with what you are saying and what you mean to say. Yeah. This is, especially the second part, can be very difficult to understand. It will be your experience that teaches you which form you should use. And I, of course, want to help you to improve that form. This is the last page of the explanations. After this, I will have 4 pages with exercises. And the last page, the 12th page, will have the answers. I want to go through the exercises with you, but first, I want to know if you understood what I tried to explain to you. Does anybody have any questions? If no, Dennis?
No, no question for me.
Okay, yeah, I saw your microphone turn on. Before we start, before we go to the questions, I just want to say this. If you want this document in your mail, put your email address in the chat and I will send it to you as soon as I can, probably immediately after this class. If you wanted this document, just put your email address in the chat. You can do that as a private message to me or as a group message. That doesn't matter to me much. I will receive both of them. And I will send it to you by mail after the class. Two people already sending it. Great. Well, let's go to the exercises then. And I have a list of names and I will follow that list. Again, if you don't know, just tell me. And I'll try to ask the next one if you want me to. Yeah? So it is up to you how much you participate in this part. I think it is smart to try it. Even if this is your demo class, because it will help you immediately to improve your English. If you do not understand words in the sentence, or if you want to have a translation, ask. Please ask immediately. Yes? Okay. Ariana, I saw you coming online first. So can you do number 1?
I often go. I often go to dance on a Saturday night.
I would say to dance too. But why would you say to dance?
No, I don't know.
That is a good answer. If you don't know, that's a good answer. Is this action finished? No. Is this a real action at this moment? No. So then I would use infinitive. Yes.
I understand.
Yeah. Raoul?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Raoul, how would you do number 2? I'm finish. It's one of those verbs with which we prefer the ing form. So I would say right thing. We prefer the ing form for finish. Again, this doesn't mean that it always has to be this form, but we prefer to use ing form.
Oh, agua, atún y ese estofado no agotan las
Yum.
dos. Las tres, solo le hacemos arroz más.
Yosimar,
El arroz que uso hoy. Ahora.
Como te apetezca, de
Sí,
verdad.
pero no cocinamos.
Yosimar, can you do the next one? Number 3.
I am planning to buy a new laptop soon.
Yes. With plan, we prefer to use the infinitive. Yes. Very good. Dennis, number 4, please, if you can.
Okay. I need to sleep at least 8 hours a night.
Yes, I need to sleep. Infinitive form. Yep. Sorry. Luis, number 5, if you please.
I want to move to London next year.
With want, yeah, we prefer to use the infinitive. Correct. Sandra, can you do number 6?
Would you consider to give the speech at our anniversary party?
Correct pronunciation of the anniversary party? Yes. But with consider, we prefer to use the ing form.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't say it is wrong. It is a preference. Yeah. Ariana, can you try number 7?
Sorry, teacher. What is the meaning avoid?
She tries not to do it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. She avoids to walk in the rain, or she avoids walking in the rain. Walking.
Walking, yeah.
Walking.
Good, very good. Miguel Angel, can you try number 8? Miguel Angel, you are mute.
Sorry. Emily promised to eat all her vegetables.
Promised.
Sorry.
But yes to eat. Yeah. Promised, we normally use the infinitive. Yes. Aria, back to you for number 9.
I don't mind. I don't mind to call them if you don't want to.
With mind, we prefer to use the ing form.
Calling. Okay. When it's preferred, always the word end and
No. So with mind, we normally we prefer to put, it's the preference in English to put the ing form with mind.
okay.
Yeah. Raul, what do you think? Listening, yeah. The activity, you're listening, you could say. Yeah. So in this case, it is a subject. It is an object. So then we use normally the ing form. Yeah. Any questions about this? If there are words you don't know, it's also, yeah. No questions? Then we go to the next exercise. Yosimar. All the exercises, by the way, you will have to decide if you use the gerund or the infinitive. Yosimar, number 1.
Alan can't stand riding on trains.
Yes. Very good. Dennis, number 2.
Mr. Harris enjoys to invite people out to dinner. Or maybe it's inviting is a noun. Inviting.
Yeah. Because, why would I say that? Because inviting people out to dinner, this is one action, and this counts as the object of the sentence.
Okay, all 5 words comprehend. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dennis, we just had. So, Luis.
In the old days, gentlemen challenged the rivals to fight.
Yeah, you challenge, and then always an infinitive with 2. Correct. Sandra. Yeah. Sandra, can you do number 4?
As the famous saying goes, there's no use to cry over spilled milk.
This is an action that already took place. The milk is already spilled, which means that the glass already fell over. So that is an action that is in the past. It's completed action. Completed action, you use ing form. Yeah?
Okay.
Ariana, number 5.
Jim stopped trying his shoelace.
Shoelace. Yeah? Pasadores.
Shoelace. His shoelace. Wait for him.
Yeah? Okay. If it's the ing form, he will never do it again. He stops tying. He will never tie his shoelaces again. Never in his life.
Okay.
Yeah. But if he just stopped walking because his shoelace was it became undone, he used to tie.
I understand.
Miguel Angel, number 6.
My wife always volunteers baking cakes, PTA meetings.
I believe the word for fell out of here. PTA are parent-teacher meetings. So that's for schools. But with volunteer, we prefer to use to bake. If you volunteer to do something.
In the other choice,
How do you mean? No,
why do you prefer?
because we use the verb to volunteer. Because of the verb, we prefer to use to bake.
Okay.
Sorry,
This is-
Eric. Volunteers. What is volunteers in this sentence, and what is a verb? What I don't understand. Object.
Volunteers here is the verb, is the main verb.
Oh, verb. Okay.
If she volunteers, she says, "Okay, I will do that part." Yeah.
Oh, it's a verb. Okay.
Yeah.
Sense.
To be the volunteer who does that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spanish it was mi esposa siempre se ofrece.
Sí. Sí.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Ofrece. Yeah. Yeah. Adriana, can you do number 7?
Don't waste my time complaining about your salary.
Very good. Complaining, the ing form. Yes. Raul. The ing form or the ing form? Yes. Very good. Yeah. Yosimar, can you try number 9?
Please allow me joining your Facebook page
No, with allow
to join.
to join. Yeah.
Okay.
Dennis, the last one of this exercise.
You won't forget to pick up milk on your way home, will you?
Yeah. Yeah. If you won't, if you forget with an ing form, it is in the past.
Yes.
To pick up now. Very good.
No.
Very good. Any questions about this page? Words, translations, or things
Eric,
that are...
one question.
Yeah.
In number 8, why did you use concentrating instead of to concentrate?
Because it is a part of an object. Yeah. You have troubles doing something. Yeah.
Okay.
It is an indirect object in this case. To have trouble in that case is the direct object, and the indirect object is doing something. In this case, concentrating on the exam.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Other questions? I make a note for myself that I have to change that one. Exercise 2, line 6. This is a 4. I have to put that in before I send it. Okay. We go on with number 3, exercise number 3. Luis, can you start it?
Dan enjoys reading science fiction.
Yeah, I would say reading, yes. Sandra.
Cheryl suggests to see a movie after
Very good.
their work.
Yeah. Adriana.
I miss working in the travel industry. Maybe I can get my old job back.
I hope it fits. I don't think so, but let's see.
Work.
Yeah. Yeah, I would use working, the ing form, yes. Michelangelo. What do you think in number 4?
Where did you learn speaking? No. What did you learn to speak Spanish?
To speak. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. To speak. Yes. Learn always with the infinitive. Adriana, can you do number 5?
You don't mind helping me translate this letter?
Yeah. Helping ing form with help, and with the mind we try to use the ing form. Yes. Raul, number 6. Yeah. Asking with the infinitive. Yes. Yosimar, number 7.
You've never mentioned it to live in Japan before. How long did you live there?
Mentioned is talking about it, saying it. I would prefer, because you use it as an object, to use the ing form.
Okay.
Yeah. And Dennis.
If he keeps coming to work late, he's going to get fired.
I would use the ing form too. With that, everybody, no, not everybody, but let's finish it. We have 6 minutes left. Let's finish it. Luis.
Debbie plans to study abroad next year.
Yeah, to study, I would say that too. Yes, to study. And the last one of this exercise for Sandra.
Exercise 10. I agreed helping Jack wash his car.
With agree, we prefer to use the infinitive.
In class.
Yeah. Okay. And the action hasn't finished yet, so that's also why. Yeah. I don't think that we have enough time to do the last exercise. There's one more after this, so I'm first going to ask you, does anybody have any questions about this exercise?
No question for me.
No?
It's clear.
No question, it's clear, teacher.
Okay, perfect. There is one more exercise here for those people who will receive it. They can also do this one. And the answers are in the end. Yeah. I will send this to the people who put their email address in the chat. And with that, for me, this class is done because I have to go to an encounter. I have an encounter starting in a few minutes, which I still have to prepare a little bit. I'm going to wish everybody a very good morning. I hope to see everybody soon again in good health. And I hope that this class helped you. I hope it helps you to improve your English, pronunciation, understanding of the grammar. And again, a lot of these things are preferences. Preferences. Yeah. Like it says here, most of the time, or in most cases. Does that mean always? No.
Okay.
What I showed you in the exercises, 90% of those were preferences. Does it mean that the other form is automatically wrong? No, it doesn't mean that. But what is very important is this part. You know? When the meaning changes. And that is something that is very important to keep in mind. Yeah. That is something to train on and to find other examples for yourself to keep working with. Yeah. But that's all I have to say. I wish everybody a very good morning. Have fun with what you have to do today. If you have to go to work, I hope you have a good day.
Thank you,
I hope
Eric.
to see everybody soon again.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.
Good morning, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.